Here we go. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule, your life. I know you could be many other places. So the fact that you have showed up to be present with us here, it means so much. I just want to give us all a minute to kind of break into the space together, just to come really present, come to our breath, come into our bodies, wherever we're at. Celebrate the fact that you are healthy, you are alive, you are connected, you are in community at this moment. And let's just bring in our gratitude to be here together and share this experience. Okay, let's also do ourselves a favor and show up to this moment, this conversation, brand new, fresh. So let's ask ourselves, the universe, any kind of higher power out there, help me set aside anything I think I know about myself, about the people in this conversation, the people in my family, those closest to me, and then even beyond that, let me come to this place completely a clean slate and ready to receive information. So, my name is Allison. Thank you so much for coming. And I am so honored to share some information with you. Hey, Christina. Thank you all for joining. It's wonderful to be here in community because this is where we make big moves together. This is where we learn. This is where we share our wins and our experience. And so I am very passionate about what I'm going to give to you today. So, what we are talking about is it all begins and ends with soil, healthy, quality soil, regenerative soil. And this was something that was not on my radar a couple of years ago. And then once this was introduced to me by a friend who's here on this call attending, I love you, Camille. And then the community of people that I learned about spread out all over the world. This changed my awareness. It changed my access to information, therefore education. And then it also gave me more power in the choices I was making, not only for myself, but within my life, my lifestyle, therefore my family and the community that moves outwards from there. So we are talking about regenerative soil. Healthy soil yields healthy food. I take that healthy, nutrient, mineral dense food and I put it into my body. My body is an amazing machine built, designed to repair, regenerate, nourish itself. And so I have a ton of more energy, therefore vitality, therefore in the direction of longevity by putting healthy food into my body. But with modern day, a lot of us are busy. There's a ton that is called for. And so we are often sacrificing the integrity of our food for convenience. So what we've done here is we've taken that high quality nutrition, food with integrity, made with love from source, from farmers who use their hands, putting them in the soil, getting close to food, and then bringing it to us. And we streamline the process and we make it easy. Therefore, we can actually do it consistently and effectively, reap the benefits of having a healthy body, a clear mind, emotional balance, all of the things. So, what I love to share with people is something that it's worked for us. So, if it can work for us, I know it could work for you. And I've heard so many stories over the last couple years that are just really inspiring of how people's lives are affected in different ways. And we'll hear some of those stories today. So this is, I would say it's a nutrition protocol because what I love is it's love in a box. It comes like something like this. We're going to touch on the core elements of our nutrition. Our company's been around for 30 years, but where we kind of stem off of are these four core elements of how we tend to the body as one whole system. One whole system being homeostasis, balance, through the elements of regenerative superfoods coming in the form of shakes. These are plant-based, whole foods, plants and herbs, really high vibration, colorful food. Then we have plant-based aminos, which are our proteins that are absorbed versus a protein that would be digested. We'll get into that a little bit later. We tend to gut health by not only offering a pre and probiotic, But what is pivotal, which I didn't know about years before, is removing the glyphosate from the gut microbiome. And then the fourth element would be deep restorative sleep, bringing down inflammation in the body. So everything is about alkalizing the body. What do I know about alkalizing? It's movement, it's oxygen, it's flow. What makes life livable and evolution is movement. Just like water, healthy water is clean and it moves. When you look at stale stagnant water, that's where water can gather disease, bacteria, things can set in. So what we're looking to do with our bodies, our systems, our internal terrain is to get movement, life, flow versus stagnation, things being locked in, or an acidic internal terrain. So I'm going to start touching on some of those elements. Regenerative superfood nutrition coming in forms of these awesome home compostable bags. I love these because these are hemp and bamboo. You can literally take this bag, go and bury it in your backyard. What's lovely about this is we are making high vibration food, beautiful quality food, but we're doing it with integrity too, and we're not harming the planet in how we do this. So if you were to take this food, you just basically add water. When you get your box, I have a really cool travel blender here, but I hid it from myself. It comes with a bunch of cool little tools, toys, gadgets in it. But this blender, you would just add water and throw your superfoods in there. If you were to look at this ingredient list, everything is organic to the highest degree. But the nutritional equivalent of drinking one serving size of this, I tend to be a jar girl, is 6 superfood salad. So imagine 6 microgreen regeneratively farmed, servings versus what maybe the daily intake would be for a quick breakfast, trying to get kids out the door, or getting to a business meeting or getting to work, all the things that we're often, trying to rush out, and we're losing the time for self-care. So what we have done is we have streamlined that self-care, that core nutrition, so we can still get it in effectively, just like we do brushing our teeth. It becomes routine, and then it becomes just a beautiful maintenance of humility, of having that self-care, taking a moment to pause, take care of self, so then we can help take care of others and give to the stream of life. So the superfood nutrition comes in. This is what that looks like. This is food. When you are drinking, you are actually eating. And so I'm pretty busy. We have 2 young kids. I'm just going to show you a little sneak peek because I'm so busy that I don't have time to make 6 superfood salads in the morning. But what I can do is the night before I can scoop and I kind of preload jars or things, and I make it easy for myself and my family. My kids start their day with a shake in the morning, my husband as well, and everybody, we kind of go off into our own separate worlds. We come back. But it just streamlines that process, but we're not losing any of that energy and that clarity by just throwing in food that's not really serving the body. So that's one element. In the morning, we also take Biomedic, and this is the gut health. So this is a vegan capsule. Everything, once again, is plant-based. So it's going to be from a plant or an herb, and how we formulate things are different ways to support the body. So this is pivotal in being a pre and probiotic, but this is also going to remove glyphosate from the gut microbiome. So we are largely about education. I'm going to throw a resource out here. I'll put it in the chat as well later. But a pivotal film for me, which is great in telling the story of what regenerative agriculture is. It's called Kiss the Ground, and it also really outlines so masterfully what glyphosate is, how it came to be, and what it is currently doing in our modern day world, how it's affecting people, but not only people, the quality of our soil, therefore the planet. And this is the legacy that we will leave to our children in the future, how they have access to real, healthy, wholesome food. So this is pivotal. As far as I know, we are the only company doing this. Once again, this is all from nature. So we're going to source to be able to extract glyphosate that's, at this point, it's in rainfall, it's in atmosphere, it's what's largely damaged 90% of the Earth's soil. We can remove that from the gut microbiome in as little as 6 weeks, up to 75%. So this is our gut microbiome is where our emotions are stemming from. It's another power center known as the second brain. So it's carrying information. Trust your gut, right? Well, we need a healthy gut so we can trust it. Carrying information to my first brain. This is where the serotonin's produced, the dopamine. So there are so many reasons why people need a healthy gut beyond just feeling good. It's also, I believe mind, body, and spirit, everything is interconnected, just like we as people are interconnected. So we have to tend to all these elements. I'm going to click into our super aminos. So these are aminos that are absorbed into a bloodstream, which is pretty exciting because this happens in 23 minutes. It's an organic non-soy legume. So once again, plant-based, but by the way things are formulated, once again from nature, because this is an amino that is absorbed directly into my bloodstream, my body has to do no work to digest. Often, and I'm a person who now works out, thank you to Purium. 2 years ago, I had more energy, so it got me back to being an athlete again. Now I go to the gym, at least 5 days a week. And these aminos are my best friend. I hear tons of different stories from all kinds of people who are busy, moms on the go, people traveling. This is a great source of protein for someone who is vegan or vegetarian. But the secret, I believe, is in the absorption. My body does no work to digest this protein, to break it down, and then convert anything that's not being used into waste and get rid of it. I have that energy available to me. Therefore, I have more energy. I think for me in my life, there's so many things to tend to. I am always looking for optimal energy, sustainable energy, and systems that work. Back to, treating the body as one whole system. We like to create something that is sustainable. For me, I am not interested in counting calories, never have been. I don't need any more homework. Life challenges me plenty. But what I do need is something that works that I can turn into routine to create a new rhythm, not only for my own body, but a rhythm for our family. So, as my friend Nicole said so beautifully before, superfoods first. I find that when we put the, the system into our bodies, everybody is more effective, they're happier, we're more present, we're just more available in our lives. So when I don't have to spend a bunch of extra time and energy trying to figure out how I'm going to take care of myself nutritionally or energetically, I am freed up to use all of that energy and that mental focus and that positivity and that enthusiasm in other areas of my life. All right, I'm going to cut into the finale of what our daily cycle would be. So this is tart cherry juice. So tart cherries have the highest antioxidant value of any food on the planet. One serving of this is like the nutritional equivalent of, I think it's 30 blueberries. But the tart cherry juice, not only is it bringing down inflammation, what this does, this formulation, why it's magic, is it's boosting my body's own production of melatonin. So in many different ways, we will find a way to take plants and herbs, put them together so it can boost my body's own natural system, my own natural magic of making melatonin, maybe boosting my body's production of collagen. So we have different formulations. Our apothecary has over 100 different products being foods coming in the forms of either a shake or, hey, Monique, thanks for joining, coming in the form of a shake or a vegan capsule or our aminos, which are tablets. Everything is really mindfully crafted and it's really effective and fast. Therefore, once again, going back to ease and grace, I can actually do it and get it in, and I can feel good, be available, be whole, be happy, be free. So I'm going to give you a peek at when you receive this box, you'll meet someone like me, and we can either hand one off to you in person or we can have this shipped right to your home. Back to a beautiful system. So the food comes from, we source from organic, regeneratively farmed foods all over the world. Our largest farm is in Utah. but the food comes directly from the farmers to our manufacturing facility, which is based in Compton, California. We put it there to bring the economy up, and then it ships directly to your home. So we cut out all that extra space of middleman fees. Think of food by the time it's picked at vine ripeness, which is how we take our foods from our farms. We dehydrate them via sun and wind. So through the natural process, there is no heat added. Therefore, all the enzymes are preserved like a raw food diet. But I didn't have to wash or chop anything to reap the benefits of that. Once again, I got to drink my food. When I'm drinking, I'm eating. So the absorption's great, the effectiveness of it being fast, streamlined, the standards of it being consistent and always at the highest quality, always, perfectly in its package. These are also shelf stable. So there's just so much modernization and innovation, which would be the science part. But once again, for me, it's leading everything back to source, which that is where our energy and our power is. So when you get your box, it will have the elements in it, which are your superfood nutrition coming in, looking like bags, your plant-based aminos. You're going to have your gut health, and then you're going to have your tart cherry juice. So those are your four core elements. In month one, you're going to have a gentle parasite cleanse that you will introduce on day 11. And then you also get that travel blender in month one. What's also really cool is we have tons of resources. We have live Zoom calls every week. So we want to give people access to information if that's what they want. If you just want to plug and play, push, click, follow directions, that's why I love it. I don't need to reinvent the wheel or the rules. I just follow directions. We have a really cool tracker for you. Some people love the extra accountability that comes with having like a little, a graph or a diary entry or community calls that we host every week for people to share their wins and their experience and gain more information. And it's pretty basic. Those are the elements. Month one, price will start at $385 for a standard box. When you do the math, everything comes in a 30-day package. That's about $13 a day for two plant-based meals coming in, and this could be replacing meals if one would like. If you just want to add it into your diet, bring this addition in, natural subtraction is going to happen, meaning the body starts to light up and we stop reaching for things that are kind of empty, not serving the body because we're being cellularly fed. So month one, this box to take care of me at 2 meals a day, my gut health, my deep restorative sleep, bringing down my inflammation and my proteins, everything is taken care of. At this point, I eat for fun. What do I mean by that? I eat for crunch. I hang out with my kids. We snack. I have fun. You do not have to be plant-based to enjoy this nutrition, but this will bring in high vibration, high color to your diet. So month one, $385, that equals out to $13 a day. And then months 2 and 3, because this is a 90-day ideally plan, because it takes 90 days for us to create a new routine. Science backs this up. Not only am I creating the new routine physically with my hands and my body, but I also want to create new neural pathways, new ritual, healthy consciousness for my body of taking care of it, but also allowing my body to reset itself. So ideally, 90 days to bring in this new nutrition. We have a maintenance package that if someone makes it to month 4 and you want to step down and maintain all the new cleanup work that you've done, we have something like that called a Core 4. Otherwise, if you're like me and you love the results, stay with it. Let it make your life easier. Let it save you time. Let it save you money because I have to do less shopping at the grocery store because I know I'm taken care of here. And then we're buying fruit and it's literally changed our life on many levels. We have a new home. We built a garden in the back. We're becoming more and more conscious about having conversations with our children and with each other about all the levels of health and how we can help each other and support not only us, but bring information to our communities in an effective way. So that's kind of the outlay of the nutrition. And if I missed anything, someone please jump in and let me know. but that's what we're looking at as an overview. And what I'd love to do is open up the floor for anyone who wants to share with us. And please just go ahead and jump off of mute. Thank you for being here. I see you, Monique, with a raised hand.
Monique with
Let's
a
go,
raised
girl.
hand. Let's go, girl. I'll turn my AC off. I don't know if it's loud. So I'm finally at one of these where I feel like I could confidently like speak to anybody that's new here that I am fairly new to Purium. Um, I've had a lot of problems with fatigue, a lot of pain in my neck, just brain fog really, really bad. I actually had brain fog today, and I was telling Sally, I was like, I had a really bad day today. That's probably because I only had my one power shake today. And honestly, I'd probably drink more than two power shakes a day because I realize that I'm not craving anything else. I try to go gluten free and dairy free, and I was telling Mary Beth that I had made like a gluten free meatloaf and like a dairy free mashed potato, and it just made me feel sick. Like, none of it was like reprocessed food. A lot of people eat reprocessed foods. When they go to the store, they buy a box of cookies and it has 72 ingredients on it, and you know for a fact if you made those homemade it doesn't take 72 ingredients to make. And we've been putting reprocessed foods in our bodies for years and years. It's making us sick, and when we go to the doctor, they say, oh well, here, take this pill, this will help you, with all of your problems. But you're not getting to the root of the problem. Um you're not fixing your gut health that's causing your autoimmune deficiencies or problems or your brain fog or anything like that. You are just putting a band-aid on the problem. And I've noticed that not being on my meds per doctor's orders for probably the whole month that I've been on Purium, I've realized I've been feeling a lot better than I did during the summer when I wasn't on my meds and I wasn't on Purium. It was just awful, awful. My hormones, everything's just been awful. And today I feel like I had a bad day because I haven't really been feeling hungry today, but I all I had was one power shake. So I'm on my second one for today. I realize I am not spending that much money on groceries because for $385 for somebody like me that really doesn't make that much money, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like a lot of money. I really don't spend that much money on groceries anymore besides the fun foods, which I really like that you call it that because, we snack on apples and homemade granola that I make with peanut butter sometimes. And, I'll still feed my kids because they don't really like the power shakes or anything, but I'm gonna get them to like them soon. So hopefully that they can be on all of the stuff that I'm on because I'm feeling so much better. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents in and you know just come in here and say, when I first started coming to the meetings, it's like you hear everybody's stories and how wonderful it is, and you're like, I wonder if that'll work for me. Absolutely, it will work for you. You just need to give it a chance. And is it 60 days money back guarantee? Just give it a chance. You're not going to want 30 days. You're not going to want to stop being on this or stop talking about it, because then you're going to see your family members suffering and their pain and their whatever, and you're going to be like, I've been on this for a couple months now and I feel so much better and I want to share this with you. And I hope you guys give it a chance and speak to other people about it, because it's definitely life changing. I've lost 5 pounds so far, and I think it's all just inflammation in my body. So
Thank you, Monique. Oh my God, so much great stuff to choose from there. So, as far as me, I'm usually drinking 3 shakes a day because my body just craves it, and I notice if I miss a little something, I'm starting to look for it. My kids have 2 shakes a day, one in the morning and the power shake at night. So I love that you're working up because our kids do what they see us doing. So the modeling starts here. Let me be able to take care of myself, show them a healthy, available mom, right? An emotionally balanced mom, and then go to them. Yeah, I love all of the things that you're sharing. Thank you for trying something new and sticking it out. You're absolutely right. With any product that you ever buy with us, whether it's a big box or one small product, you always have 60 days of a window to return it. That's if you've eaten the whole package. We have that great of an integrity behind what we make. We have a 2% return rate. It doesn't happen that often, but it's really nice to know that you have it to minimize any risk for trying something new. Thanks for sharing, Monique. Okay, who else would like to jump in?
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
So, what I want to say about these products, I've been on it for 9 years, in 3 days, and I feel like a superhuman. So I've spent 9 years detoxifying my organs, my tissue, my whole body. It's that's why we call it a lifestyle transformation. It just keeps going and getting better and better and deeper and clearer. I've had massage therapists come up to me after doing a session and just say, working on you is incredible. Your tissue is so much cleaner than all the other people I work on out there. It's amazing that they can notice that in the skin. And just a couple weeks ago, as a kind of a joke, I challenged this 24-year-old young male who, was a high school athlete to an arm wrestle. Did not expect to win, but yes, lo and behold, I won. And I'm like almost 50. I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, I'm like plant-based on a detox. Like, none of it rationally lines up. But when you really understand what we have here, it just does. Because we are, like, I'm anything but a skinny vegan. Like, I am so strong, and it's those aminos, it's getting all the junk out of my system so that all that's left is as clean and pure as possible. And that gives us the ability to be incredibly strong. It blows my mind that almost every workout class I go to, I outperform everyone. And again, I'm always like the oldest person there. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. They're often on a lot of meat products for their protein, and here I am just like coming in with a plant-based power, and it never disappoints. So I've cleared a lifetime of digestive issues with these products, grown stronger, tons of energy, balanced hormones and emotions and mood, and just feel incredible. And that's what I have to share today.
Thank you, Christina. Yes, uh, outperforming or performing at best, right? Me too. So I'm 41 years old. So we come with the genes that were given to us, but then we have the ability through life choices to lay genes on top of that and actually, have some kind of hand in our destiny of, through making aligned choices, not only in diet, but movement, mobility, having a really healthy internal world of my mental space, my emotional space. So thank you. It's sure it's just food coming in, but it's so much more than that. That's why if I could just fast track this, it's source. It's the highest capital P of power. You talked about it. I am in powerhouse mode as well. Thanks for sharing. Who else? We'll grab one more if someone wants to give us a quick one. And I see a kid on here, so that counts. Hey, what's up, Gabby? Go for it.
Hi
We'll do
everyone.
Gabby, then Melody.
Hi. I'm
Hey!
so happy to be here. What a wonderful presentation. So good. Thank you everybody for being here. Well, just like everybody else, I mean, Purium has been a beautiful story for me and my family. We are on month 10, and I'm a mom, caretaker here for my mom full time, and my son, uh, and my husband. And so they have their disabilities too. But for myself, I was like always putting myself last, putting everybody first. And so I wasn't sleeping. I was like 80 pounds overweight, and I was stressed out all the time, stressed out and wondering what was going to happen because health-wise, for my whole family, things were not looking good. We've done everything the doctors told us. We've tried different diets. We've tried all these supplements from the natural health store. We were doing organic food and not seeing any good results in health wise. And my son has high functioning autism, so the brain fog, the attention span, all of that. So 10 months back we started on this, and from the first week I just felt like such a huge difference. The happiness started coming back into my body, and I couldn't believe how I felt because I have never felt this way before. I just felt wonderful. I was smiling all the time and telling my family, "Are you feeling what, or is it just me?" He's like, "Yeah, this is so great." And so then the brain fog was disappearing. I wasn't stressed out, and now I'm sleeping so good every night, just like a baby, and feeling refreshed in the morning. And I have energy not just through the day, but even in the evening. But after dinner, it was time to just finally quit. But no, I can do other projects, go out gardening, take my dogs for more walks and just do other things. And it's been so wonderful. I've lost my inflammation. I've lost the 80 pounds. And all I can say, it's wonderful. My husband, who was on meds since he was 19, he's 44 now. He's off of his medications. And my son, he feels more grounded. His depression is gone, always feeling like he can't catch up to everybody else. And he's accomplishing his goals. All of that is turning around for him too. So I just say Purium is a blessing. And then to, meet this beautiful community that is Purium, the integrity, the honesty, the commitment, the kindness, it's just about love and passing it on. And that's what it is. So I'm here for you. I'm here and I'm so happy. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Gabby. I love you. You have such a beautiful light about you. Yes, we have found an economy of grace here within each other. Thank you for sharing so much from your heart. Melody, why don't you wrap us up with a quick one?
Hello everybody. I just really wanted to share how mentally where I've been at with this protocol. It's really allowed me to step back more and taking a moment for myself and really just listening. And as I've been eating better and eating more alkaline foods, I've noticed that my mindset has become a little bit more receptive to my own internal dialogue. And as I've continued to notice and open up, there's this interesting conversation I've been having in my head and with other people around me. Like, it's not just the food that you're eating, but it's the energy around the food. And I feel really called to share that in this time. It's not just the food, but the energy around it, the people that surrounds it, and that's what gives people life, and that's what makes it feel pure and makes it feel good, because when you're eating these foods, you're telling yourself, I'm doing this to make myself feel better. So of course there's gonna be a change in the body. And yeah, I'm really interested in just seeing how the energy that you share with your drink in the morning, whatever that may be, um, how that affects the rest of your day. And for me, definitely the energy in surrounding it has changed everything for me. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share.
Thank you for your depth and weight. Love it. Yeah, it goes far. It'll go as far as we want to go with it. I think what we all came here for, so much more comes in. So thank you so much, Melody, for speaking to that. I'm going to just wrap up the recording here. We're going to stay on for questions and answers. And if you're catching this recording, please get back to the person who shared it with you. We would love to share what we have found with you because it all comes from a source of love and empowerment. All right.